Okay, shall we place our hands together in Gassho for the opening aspiration? Such beings are like people who, imbued with incense, bear its fragrance on their bodies. They may be called those adorned with the fragrance of light. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Good morning. This is Reverend Umitani from the Mo'iriri Hongwanji mission. Thank you very much for your kind invitation to join you in the Gotan-E service at the Honpa Hongwanji Hilo Betsuin. I'd like to express my appreciation to Reverend Takahashi, Reverend Baba, and Reverend Kamuro for their kind invitation. I hope everyone is staying safe and well. I wish I could see you in person, but due to the ongoing concerns of this coronavirus pandemic, I excuse myself this time, and I'm sharing my message through this video this morning. Hopefully next time I will be able to fly over to Hilo and have a fellowship with all of you. But until then, please take care and stay safe. So today, today we are observing the Gotan-E service. It is through Shinran Shonin that we could encounter this universal wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha that enfolds all of us. So today we celebrate and express our respect and appreciation to Shinran Shonin. This morning, as the opening aspiration, I read one of the wasan which Shinran Shonin wrote. That wasan explains that those who rejoice in the teachings of the Nembutsu are called Zen-konin, meaning a person who bears the fragrance of incense on their body. It says that a person who listens to the Nembutsu holds the fragrance of the Dharma on their body. For example, when we enter the Hondo, I think you will experience this fragrance of incense which pervades throughout the Hondo. That's the fragrance of incense which has been imbued into the pillars, seatings, and chairs in the Hondo over the years. The pillars, seatings, and chairs in the Hondo did not have any fragrance of incense at the beginning, but over the years, this fragrance of incense naturally permeated everything in the interior of the Hondo. In the same way, we, the ordinary foolish beings, did not have any thoughts of relying on Amida Buddha at the beginning. We did not have any thoughts of reciting the Nembutsu, but through the working of Amida Buddha, we are nurtured to recite the Nembutsu. We are reciting the Nembutsu now. It means that the fragrance of Amida Buddha seeps into our hearts and minds. It means that the fragrance of Amida's compassion, which is the heart to affirm and accept all living things, has permeated and nurtured our hearts and minds. It's not us who cultivated our shinjin or entrusting heart or the mind of the Nembutsu. It's not through our own power and effort, but we are adorned through the wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha. We received our spiritual eyes to reflect upon ourselves, and our spiritual hearts to recite the Nembutsu. It's all given to us from Amida Buddha. Come to think of it, there are many individuals who had this fragrance of the Dharma. So let me share with you one person who possessed the fragrance of incense. Rose Nakamura was the former executive director of the Project Dharma. Rose worked tirelessly and selflessly and dedicated her life in sharing the spirit of Dharma, selfless giving. Rose had touched many lives. She always put others first and provided the people around with joy, comfort, and compassion. Rose Nakamura passed away in July last year. She was a member of this temple, Moiriri. Before Rose passed away, I had an opportunity to visit her in the hospital. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, my visit was very brief. I went into her room, Rose welcomed me, and we had a short conversation about her family, Project Dharma, and the temple. I said, "Thank you, Rose, for your dedication. What you have done is truly appreciated by everyone." Then Rose said, "No, Sensei, it's me who should thank everyone. Project Dharma staff, volunteers, caregivers, everyone gave me the opportunity to understand and appreciate the teaching of Dharma. I feel arigatai, grateful." And I brought one onenju for Rose that day. I placed Rose's hands and put the onenju on her hand. I said, "Rose, shall we recite the Nembutsu together?" And I said, "Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu." Rose also said, "Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu," in a soft and calm voice. She smiled and said, "No matter where I am, Namo Amida Butsu is always with me." Rose said, "Thank you, Sensei, for coming. I like to sleep with this onenju tonight." Well, I was truly amazed and inspired by her attitude that night. It was the attitude of a person who fulfilled her life. It was the attitude of a person who accepted and embraced her life as it is. And it was the attitude of a person who found peace, comfort, and assurance in Namo Amida Butsu. So for me, Rose was a person who had this fragrance of the Nembutsu. There were and still are many people who have the fragrance of the Nembutsu. And I'm sure you also have met those people in your temple, in your community. In the Ojo Yoshu, the Essentials of Birth in the Pure Land, written by Master Genshin, there appears a word, kunju. Kun means fragrance, and ju means learn something by repeating over and over again. It means that as we continue listening to the Dharma, this wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha, the warm fragrance of our spiritual parent will naturally permeate the hearts and minds of sentient beings of blind passions. Fragrance created artificially does not have a calming aroma, but fragrance that has been imbued naturally over the years has a beautiful, calming, and long-lasting effect. Amida Buddha is the Buddha who sends forth his fragrance of light for each and every one of us, embracing and affirming each life as precious and indispensable as all others. Our Nembutsu predecessors have cultivated the fragrance of the Nembutsu through years of listening to the Dharma in the temple. Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion permeated their hearts and minds and manifested as their gentleness, kindness, and thoughtfulness. It gave them a power to face their challenges in life. They embraced those challenges and accepted them. They even found joy, gratitude, and meaning in it. That's the way of life of those who possessed the fragrance of the Nembutsu. I think Shinran Shonin also enjoyed meeting with those people who had the fragrance of the Nembutsu. His teacher, Honen Shonin, his wife, Lady Eshinni, his daughter, Lady Kakushinni, and many of his Dharma friends had this fragrance of the Nembutsu. The way they lived their lives, the life of profound joy and gratitude in Amida Buddha's warm embrace, inspires us even today. So through the unique combination of causes and conditions in our lives, we are inspired and guided by those who lived with this fragrance of the Nembutsu. As we honor the life of Shinran Shonin today, let us ponder the causes and conditions that led us to recite the Nembutsu today. Once again, thank you very much for your kind invitation to deliver a Dharma message this morning. A happy Gotan-E. In closing, let us place our hands together in Gassho and recite the Nembutsu, which is the calling voice of our dear parent, Amida Buddha, embracing and affirming us just as we are. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you.